The scent of her perfume, once my comfort, now just a ghost of a lie. For 3 years, I'd been living in a carefully constructed illusion, a husband and father oblivious to the betrayal unfolding behind my back. My name is Ethan, 35, and I thought I had it all. A loving wife, Claire, a beautiful daughter, Lily, and a comfortable life in our suburban home in upstate New York. The reality, as it often does, ripped through my world with a force that left me breathless. Looking back, the signs were there, subtle at first, then glaring. The late nights, always with a plausible excuse, work deadlines, girls' nights out, helping a friend. Her phone, once left carelessly on the counter, was now glued to her hip, face down. Her increasingly distant affection, the way her eyes would dart away when I asked about her day. I was so wrapped up in being a good husband and father, so trusting, that I rationalized every anomaly. She's stressed, I'd tell myself. It's just a phase. The truth, when it finally revealed itself, was a punch to the gut. It wasn't some grand discovery, no dramatic confrontation. It was mundane. A forgotten email open on our shared laptop, a hotel confirmation from a weekend she'd claimed to be at a conference. The name on the reservation wasn't mine. My hands trembled as I clicked through, my heart sinking with each photo, each shared message, each undeniable piece of evidence. 3 years. 3 years of my life, our life, built on a foundation of lies. He was a colleague, older, wealthier, a man she'd met at industry events. The confrontation was agonizing. Claire, initially defensive and tearful, eventually crumbled, confessing everything. It wasn't a one-time mistake, it was a long-term, calculated deception. My mind reeled. The memories of shared laughter, intimate moments, our wedding day, they all warped into a cruel mockery. The pain was unbearable, but the true agony came when she uttered the words I never thought I'd hear. I'm leaving you, Ethan. I'm leaving for him. And then the unthinkable. She didn't just leave me, she left our daughter too. Lily was only 5, a bright, bubbly child who adored her mother. Claire packed a suitcase, mumbled something about needing space and to figure things out, kissed a bewildered Lily goodbye, and walked out of our lives, leaving me with a shattered heart and a devastated child. She moved in with him, to a different city, cutting off contact almost entirely, sending sporadic texts to Lily that became less and less frequent. The abandonment was absolute. I was a wreck. The man who prided himself on being strong, reliable, and optimistic was a shell of his former self. Every morning, the weight of her betrayal and Lily's unspoken confusion crushed me. How do you explain to a 5-year-old why her mommy just left? I quit my marketing job. The stress was too much, and found part-time freelance work I could do from home, just enough to keep us afloat, but nothing substantial. My friends, mostly mutual, offered sympathy but slowly faded away, unsure how to navigate the wreckage. My family tried to help, but the shame, the humiliation, the sheer emotional exhaustion kept me isolated. Lily was my anchor. Her innocent questions, her bright eyes, her unwavering need for love kept me from succumbing to the darkness. I had to be strong for her. I had to create a stable, loving environment, even if my own world felt like it was crumbling. I cooked, I cleaned, I read bedtime stories, I learned to braid hair. I was a stay-at-home dad, adrift in a sea of single parenthood, nursing a wound no amount of time seemed to heal. Then one quiet evening, after Lily was asleep, I scrolled through social media. And there she was, Claire. Laughing, radiating happiness, hand in hand with him, on a yacht in the Caribbean. A picture of pure bliss, devoid of any hint of the wreckage she'd left behind. A cold, quiet fury ignited within me. Not the destructive kind, but the kind that sharpens focus, that fuels a relentless drive. She thought she could just discard us and live happily ever after? No. This wasn't about revenge in the traditional sense. It was about reclaiming my life, rebuilding it into something so undeniably beautiful and full that she would understand, with absolute clarity, what she had truly lost. My transformation began with Lily. Her happiness became my unwavering mission. I enrolled her in ballet, signed her up for art classes, and took her on countless adventures to parks and museums. We built forts in the living room, had movie nights with popcorn, and planted a small garden in the backyard. Our house, once filled with her absence, became a sanctuary of laughter and love. We built a new normal, just the two of us. Then, I turned my attention to myself. The bitterness had to go. I started running again, clearing my head with every mile. I joined a local gym, pushing my body, translating emotional pain into physical strength. I read books, not self-help, but histories, biographies, anything that broadened my perspective beyond my own suffering. I found solace in volunteering at a local animal shelter, nurturing creatures who, like me, had experienced abandonment. Professionally, I knew I couldn't go back to the old life. I had to innovate. My marketing skills, honed over years, needed a new outlet. I started an online content creation business, focusing on storytelling through video. I learned video editing, script writing, and camera techniques. It was a slow, arduous process, but I poured my heart into it. My first few clients were small local businesses, but with every project, my skills sharpened, my portfolio grew, and my confidence soared. My work wasn't just about making money. It was about sharing authentic stories, connecting with people, and building something meaningful. I started a personal YouTube channel, sharing our journey as a single dad and daughter, the triumphs, the challenges, the simple joys. I was honest, vulnerable, but always hopeful. People resonated with our story. The channel grew, slowly at first, then exponentially. Brands started reaching out, offering sponsorships. My freelance business flourished into a full-fledged production company. We hired a small team, expanded our services, and moved into a larger, brighter office space. Our house, too, saw improvements, not extravagant, but comfortable and filled with the warmth of a stable, happy home. The revenge wasn't a dramatic confrontation. It was a quiet, undeniable revelation. It came in the form of social media, the very tool that had once exposed her betrayal. My YouTube channel gained national recognition, leading to a segment on a morning talk show. I spoke about resilience, about finding strength in adversity, about the profound love between a parent and child. I didn't mention Claire, didn't hint at the past. I simply told our story, Lily by my side, beaming. The segment aired. My phone exploded with messages of support. And then there was the email. From Claire. Her new relationship had imploded. Her life, she wrote, wasn't what she'd expected. She'd seen the interview. She was impressed. She wanted to reconnect, to explain, to be part of Lily's life again. I read the email, no anger, no bitterness, just a profound sense of peace. The storm had passed. The man she had cheated on and abandoned, the one she left with a small child, was now stronger, happier, more fulfilled than ever. Lily was thriving, a confident, joyful child surrounded by love. Our home was a sanctuary, not a battleground. I replied, politely, firmly. I acknowledged her email, wished her well, and stated that Lily was happy and well-adjusted. I didn't open the door to a grand reunion, didn't offer a path back into our lives on her terms. The scars were there, a reminder of the past, but they no longer dictated my future. My greatest revenge wasn't about making her suffer. It was about showing her, without a single vengeful word, what she had irrevocably lost. It was about building a life so full of genuine love, purpose, and unshakable happiness that her regret would be a constant echo of my hard-won triumph. And as I watched Lily laugh, chasing bubbles in our sunlit backyard, I knew I had won. She cheated on me for 3 years and left me with our child. But what happened next? I healed, I rebuilt, and I became the man I was always meant to be, a loving, resilient father and a successful self-made man. And that, in itself, was the sweetest victory of all.